So full disclosure, I work in operations. That is super internal. I'm an organizer now of people in an organization. I don't do a whole lot of external organizing because the behemoth that NAACP is, we got to do a lot internally to keep that thing running, to be around another 114 years, right? But in my previous role, when we were fighting to fully fund public education in Mississippi and make it a constitutional right, one of the things that we had to do was make sure we had a solid social media presence, and we wanted to make sure that not only parents and policymakers understood what was happening. We had to make sure that people who use social media, people who would be impacted by fully funded education, saw and understood what was happening. So we used a lot of social media tactics, all the way down to memes, just to help people understand really complex policy items. And when you're asking a high school senior, or some of my cousins who have children in school, to understand the funding formula for tax and ad valorem, and it was big. It was too big, So I remember, and I wasn't actually on the comms team, but when you're an organizer, you kind of just do what you need to do. Because I saw some of the stuff that we were putting out, it didn't register with the communities that we needed to reach. So I found a picture of a child with an inner tube around his stomach because he was getting ready to go swimming. And he was standing near an empty pool, and I put the caption on it. I said, and I need to find it if we haven't archived our social media page. I said, teaching children in an underfunded school district is like teaching a child to swim in a pool with no water. And I remember that being one of the memes or images that went completely viral in our community in the state of Mississippi, where I saw people from across communities understand, resonate, and go, aha, that's why that's important. Because them babies can't swim in an empty pool. It got to be water in the pool. Those babies can't be at school with no books, not adequately paying teachers. Like that's one of those memes, and Charles is in the room, and I'm sure he remembers the meme as well. I'm telling him about the swimming pool meme that we put on social media for Better Schools, Better Jobs. And that was just one of the ones that made a big difference. And then condensing short messages, complicated messages into short phrases when we realized we had to vote twice on our initiative. And people had never done that before. So we had to make it boom, boom, choose it, approve it, vote 42. So we had to do things like that to help them understand. And we use social media and images to educate and organize really quickly.